I'm not on a board in my district of the ride-sharing program, but I have spoken with them about their concern on this issue. So they gave me a little bit of backup, and there's been a recent national study about the cost of the ride-sharing programs all over the country. Pennsylvania ranks 5th to the top at $12 and roughly 30 cents a ride. The only other significant one doing better in my book was Rhode Island at about $5 a ride, but they aren't any bigger than my district back home, so they don't have the problems that we do. So this is a very, cost-wise, a very successful program. There were 11.4 million rides in Pennsylvania last year. I'm not sure many people are aware of that. And I, too, worry about it. I compare this with about 3 years ago, there was a pilot program put on by another department in the state, which was supposed to help the Pennsylvania State Police in assigning road service. And there was I'm going to call him a carpetbagger firm from California who would be happy to provide this overarching service at about $6 million a year. And they didn't understand our geography or our state or know who the truly qualified providers, roadside providers, were. We dispatched them after certain hearings and so on and so forth. So I, too, am asking for consideration for delay in implementing this program. In my county alone, there were 9,000 trips by Crawford Area Transit Authority. That's 29% of their total business. It would be extremely disruptive to a well-oiled program. My county commissioners do not want to see such a change with the brokerage model. So I would appreciate if you would all go into a huddle and see what you can do about delaying this until you have an opportunity to have hearings and a study. Now, having said all that, there's actually a question in here. And I'm going to talk just briefly about bridges, if I may. Since 2014, the Walsh Keystone Partners have worked with PennDOT on the bridge replacement program. At that time, they agreed that there were 558 bridges which needed service. They were going to repair those bridges and maintain them for 28 years at a cost of $900 million. And I'm wondering at this point, can you provide us an update? How many bridges have been repaired? How many are there left to go?
Absolutely. We have 541 complete out of the 558, which gives us just a little over a dozen. About half dozen are being worked on right now, and we're still, working out some of the, some of the final details on getting the other ones out the door. It's been a successful program. Not to say there haven't been lessons learned during this program, but it has given us, through the P3 board, a project delivery method, which has allowed us to replace these bridges at a much faster rate than we would have been able to do without the P3 tool. And so we're very pleased. And as you know, coming, in the Crawford area and in your district and in others, we were able to get to bridges in many rural areas where we would not have been able to get them to them, in maybe 12 more years. And so we were able to get them off the poor designation list and work with Keystone Walsh Partners to get them done. And as you said, they will be maintained for 25 years under this agreement before being handed back over to PennDOT. And they must be handed back in very good condition. So we don't anticipate any major work needed to these bridges for several decades afterwards. So it is a good program. One that we will look at replicating and bundling other bridges. And in fact, we have another bridge bundling project through the P3 in the northeastern Pennsylvania area where the lessons learned we've learned through this rapid bridge replacement. We're taking all the best things that we've learned and using them, and we may be replicating it throughout the Commonwealth. So it was a wonderful learning experience for us. It allowed us to get eventually 558, but at this moment 541 bridges replaced, and we're very pleased.
Thank you very much, and as always, I want to compliment all the employees from the District 1 staff. They do a fabulous job, and thank you as well. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.